Today, we are looking at a big step forward for Canada's tech and economy. Microsoft promised 19 billion Canadian dollars to build AI systems in Canada. This was announced on December 9, 2025, and it's the biggest promise Microsoft has ever made here. As someone who watches Prime Minister Mark Carney's plans closely, I see this as proof that the government's careful and smart ideas are working well. In a world full of uncertainty, especially with changing and protective policies in the U.S., Carney's way of investing wisely, bringing in talent, and building our own strong tech abilities is paying off. Let's look at the details, what is driving this, and what it means for the future. Microsoft's promise is large. The $19 billion covers 2023 to 2027, with $7.5 billion coming in the next 2 years. This money will expand Azure cloud areas, create safe Canadian AI computing power, and build a center in Ottawa to fight cyber threats. This adds to earlier promises and speeds things up. It matches Carney's recent economic statement perfectly. $24 million for institutes that help turn AI ideas into real businesses, and $1 billion for Canadian-controlled supercomputers. The outcome is a strong system altogether, safe data handling inside Canada, more cloud power starting in 2026, and closer work with Canadian AI companies like Cohere and the Vector Institute.
The future we know is AI, and just about every other tech company, so OpenAI, Google, Amazon, they're all throwing tens of billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars into what's called their AI infrastructure. We know that AI needs a lot of compute power. It makes computers work really hard. So you've got to build even bigger data centers to power that. Every time you ask ChatGPT a question, you're making a server in a data center work. And so you've got to build bigger data centers than you have now. You've got to build electricity to power them. You've got to make sure that it's close to where the people who use it live. And as it turns out, Canada is an amazing place to build data centers because of our climate, because of our education levels, because of our economy, because of our access to great technology.
What Carmi Levy said is straightforward. AI is the future, and companies like OpenAI, Google, and Amazon are spending hundreds of billions on it. They need massive computer power for AI to run properly, big servers that work non-stop. Every time you ask something to ChatGPT, it uses a server in a data center. So these companies must build even larger data centers, find lots of electricity to run them, and place them close to users. Canada is a great spot for this. Our cold weather helps cool the servers, saving energy. We have smart, educated people, a strong economy, and good tech connections. Microsoft has been in Canada for over 40 years, with more than 5,000 employees here and many customers. It makes sense for them to invest more in AI right in Canada to serve local users faster and better, without relying on the U.S. Basically, Canada has everything these companies need, so they're choosing us to grow their AI.
Well, we know that the federal government has talked about wanting more data centers built in this country to move away from our reliance on the U.S. So some people are asking, well, why invite an American company to do the building of this?
No, because the sad truth is when you look at the tech giants on planet Earth, not many of them come from Canada. So as great as it would be if we had Canadian companies doing this, the sad reality is we don't. So we have to rely on subsidiaries of American companies to commit to the Canadian economy. And that's the case here. It's the best of, frankly, not an optimal situation. But Microsoft has deep roots here already, so we may as well take advantage of them. And if they're offering to write some really big checks to bring Canada or help Canada compete in the AI economy, we certainly wouldn't want to say no to it.
The anchor's question is a good one many Canadians have. If the government wants to build more data centers here to rely less on the U.S., why bring in an American company like Microsoft to do it? Here's the real picture, with some extra facts to make it clear. It's true we don't have a Canadian company big enough to build AI data centers at this massive scale right now. The top players, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, are all American. Canada has great tech startups and companies like Shopify or BlackBerry, but none are at the level to spend billions on giant data centers yet. So, the smart move is to use these American giants while they want to invest here. Microsoft isn't starting from zero. They've been in Canada for 40 years, with over 5,000 employees and offices across the country. They already know our market and have customers here. By letting them build, we get thousands of new jobs, construction, tech, support, billions in tax money for schools and hospitals, faster, safer AI services for Canadian businesses and people, data staying in Canada, sovereign control, no U.S. laws forcing them to share it. This is called foreign direct investment. It's how countries grow when they don't have everything at home yet. Look at Ireland. They brought in U.S. tech companies and became one of Europe's richest countries. The goal is long-term. Use this money to train Canadians, grow our own companies, and one day have Canadian giants doing it all. For now, saying yes to Microsoft's billions is the fastest way to catch up in AI. It's not perfect dependence, it's smart partnership that makes Canada stronger.